Hello guys, it is Gate of Theories here, and guys, it has finally came. The official My Mum Tracy Beaker, the brand new Tracy Beaker show that we have been waiting for 4 years, for the 30th anniversary of the character. Finally, the show My Mum Tracy Beaker is out, and guys, it literally came out 4 minutes ago by the time I'm recording this, and I just thought we've just got to jump straight into this because let's all admit it, it was absolutely amazing and just everything I was sort of expecting, and then some things that I wasn't expecting, but I still absolutely loved. So today, I thought let's review the first episode of My Mum Tracy Beaker, and this is what we're going to be doing all across this weekend. Every single time there's a brand new episode, there's 3 in total, we're going to be reviewing each one individually and seeing what our overall thoughts are, and hopefully they will all be really, really good because this show so far looks to be awesome. But before we go any further, just to let you guys know, if you have not seen it, I highly recommend you go and check it out, especially if you're a fan of the original story of Tracy Beaker. Make sure you go and check it out. Of course, there will be spoilers straight away about this episode, and I don't want to ruin it for you guys, so make sure that you go and then come back to this review afterwards. But anyway, let's get straight on in with it. Firstly, I just want to get out of the way the amount of joy that I had watching this, especially listening to the little hints and little details of past events that have happened. There were so many little reoccurrences and just iconic things that have happened across Tracy Beaker's timeline that were just mentioned in the first few scenes of this episode, and I just thought it was amazing. So we had the mention of Tracy as a care worker, and I was just so happy about that because they are acknowledging in this universe that Tracy Beaker Returns has happened, and that was my favourite show overall. So I'm just so happy about that. There was the iconic hay fever line mention, which Jess said that Tracy sometimes gets hay fever and it's just to disguise her crying. That's iconic. It's been in the show for ages, and I'm so glad that it got mentioned here. There was Cam Lawson's book. There was the mention of Tracy's own autobiography with a different cover this time. There was just so many lots of hints and Easter eggs to previous stuff that's happened in the show that I just thought that's what's going to get you fans excited, and it most certainly got me excited as well. If you found any other little references, make sure you let me know down below in the comments. And not to mention the music. My word, the finale. I'm going to get onto that in just a sec. Firstly, I'm just going to tell you my initial opinions on the music. So when the show first began, the instrumental music, to me, unfortunately, just didn't really feel like Tracy Beaker. It sort of felt like something a bit different, which I was a bit disappointed about. But I am taking that completely back because at the very end, I'm going to get into the cliffhanger later, but at the very end, when they played the iconic Tracy Beaker theme tune, and it was a giant remixed version, honestly, that's going in my playlist. I'm going to be listening to that all day because that was just amazing, and it fitted so well with that cliffhanger. So initially, I thought the background music wasn't the best for this show as it didn't really fit the Tracy Beaker character. However, when they showed that remix version of the main theme tune, I fell in love with it all over again. I mean, it just brought back so much nostalgia and so many memories. So let's go into specifics here about the different characters. Firstly, Tracy Beaker herself, played by Dani Harmer, and it was just brilliant. Iconic. Honestly, I could sense the fact that Tracy Beaker was on my screen yet again straight away as soon as we saw Dani Harmer. And I feel like this especially came on right off the bat when Jess and Tyrone get into a fight and you see Tracy Beaker storming into the school in the Tracy Beaker way. It just seems so much like it, and there's loads and loads of different areas throughout it where you just know that is Tracy Beaker. Like at the end when they get annoyed at Sean, Tracy taking a stand like she always does, the good old Tracy plans, and of course in the middle when she's going off to the gym and she literally just like goes past this receptionist and just does whatever she wants. It just gave me so much Tracy vibes. Honestly, Dani Harmer in this was amazing. The only annoying thing that I have slightly about Tracy is the fact that for some reason she goes to the gym for her anger problems. I just don't really think that's realistic for Tracy Beaker, considering she's had anger problems all her life and she always uses it for her advantage. I don't think she needs them controlled, and in the original show, like, she would never allow anyone to tell her about her anger problems or anything like that. Unless she's trying to like impress Jess or something. I feel like that was only put in just to introduce Sean, but apart from that, like, Dani Harmer herself, absolutely amazing. Next we have the character of Jess Beaker, played by Emma Davies. Now I think she is a great actress and has definitely brought so much to this part, and I think the creation of the character just works so well. It's the perfect balance to the feisty, angry Tracy Beaker that you've got. Jess is kind of like embarrassed at times of Tracy's like forceful nature. She's quiet, yet we've seen, especially in front of Sean Godfrey, she is very feisty, just like her mum. And I think the two of them jump off each other so well, especially later on in the episode when, like I'm saying, they were fighting against Sean Godfrey. When Tracy says, "We are the Beaker Girls, no one's going to take us down," I was like, yes, you are the Beaker Girls. And I think the chemistry that the two actors have got together and the two characters just bounce off each other so well, and you can clearly see that throughout the show. And I also think the idea that Tracy would just want the perfect life for Jess, yet Jess might not want exactly what Tracy wants, works exactly well for these two characters. And to be honest, the creation of Jess is just exactly who I think Tracy Beaker's daughter would be like and how they would interact off each other. Let's move on to Cam next, and unfortunately she didn't really have much to do in this episode. However, I think just the presence of Lisa Coleman being back and playing the iconic role just made up for it, because we all just love Cam. I really hope that in the future episodes she will get a slightly bit more to do. But for now, you know, it was good. It was great to see her back. I just think she was a bit underused in this episode. And to be fair, there was just way too much going on in this episode for her really to do anything more. But I hope in the future she will definitely have more to do, because we love Cam. And finally, let's move on to Sean. I think he's a great actor, brilliant when he was finally getting angry and you saw the more darker side of him. And I'm looking forward to seeing what this character's like. Like, we don't really know much about him apart from that Jess just absolutely hates him. And I think he has good chemistry with Danny Harmer, and I think it's working well. I cannot wait to see what else is happening. However, all of this good stuff aside, there was just something that was really annoying me throughout all of this episode. It's not like it just did it once. It did it quite a few times, and it began to get really annoying. And that is the fact that this episode was just too quick. Like, it was trying to cram in so much into one 30-minute episode, and it needed time to breathe, to take a moment. And I get they're gonna have to do this really quickly because they only have 3 30-minute episodes in this entire series. Like, it's very short. And to be fair, they were filming during lockdown, so it does make sense why they wouldn't have as much content. However, I really wish we could have just had a bit more time seeing Tracy and Sean's development, because the entire show just felt really quick. So, for example, at the very beginning of the episode, you have Sean and Tracy, like, reuniting, I guess. Then we go straight onto their first date. Then we go straight on to the next scene, which is where suddenly they've been dating for ages now, and apparently they've had loads of dinners, and now they're moving in with each other. And then we go straight onto the pool scene, and suddenly Sean's buying them dogs. And then we go on to now they're moved into the house, and then finally Sean is asking Tracy out to marry him. Like, how? That was all in 30 minutes, and we had, like, no time to breathe. I think what would have been better is we would have had the first date, and then, like, at least some sort of, like, little montage, maybe even of just photos of them on future dates, because then that might have cleared it up a bit more of the fact that they have been dating for a while now, and they're not just crazy. Because right now, if you get rid of the one line that Jess said about them going on several dates before, it just looks like Sean's this really creepy person who's just, like, reunited with Tracy, suddenly gone on one date, and then suddenly they're moving in, and now they're gonna get married. Like, it was all just way too quick, in my personal opinion. You guys might have disagreed. Make sure you put all your opinions, by the way, down below in the comments. But for me personally, I just think maybe even a montage of them going out on different dates, or just something a bit more, just to clarify just how long they have been dating, because it was all just sort of crammed into one tiny little 30-minute episode. But in saying that, the cliffhanger was amazing. It was just awesome. The whole Tracy, will you marry me thing. We got the iconic car, finally. That's another reference to the story of Tracy Beaker. And the cliffhanger of Tracy and Sean maybe about to get married. We'll have to see where this goes up to. The cliffhanger was just amazing. And like I said before, when that music kicked in right at the end, just stopping, and then suddenly the iconic theme tune playing remixed, it gave me chills. I was absolutely loving it. But anyway, guys, that is the end of the video. I hope you have enjoyed it. If you have, make sure that you smash that like button down below and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, because we will be doing a review for every single episode, and then at the very end, round it all up with one giant review of basically like the show as a whole. Currently, all of the episodes are on iPlayer, so if you want me to do one of the reviews for the second episode and then the third episode before the official time it comes out tomorrow, and just watch it on iPlayer and then do the review instead, make sure that you like this video. And if this video gets to, I'm going to say 30 likes. Can I say 30? I'm going to say 30 because there's a lot of you guys that like our channel. If it gets to 30 likes, I will release the second review a bit more earlier than what it was meant to actually come out as. So far, I am really enjoying it, apart from the fact that it's just a bit too quick. But make sure you let me know all of your thoughts down below about what you think of My Mum Tracy Beaker. And to be honest, I'm just so excited that finally Tracy Beaker is back, and it's going to be awesome. So guys, let me know what you're excited for in the upcoming episodes, because I'm just excited for so much. But anyway, guys, we've been here on Game Theories. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you guys next time in the review.